Okay, let's just get right to it. There's this one simple, kind of uncomfortable truth we all have to face, and it's that everything you really truly want is on the other side of something hard. So the real question is, how do we get there? Let's dig into that and figure out how to actually start walking that path.
And this quote, it just nails it, right? The things that scare you are rarely blocking your path. They are the path. I mean, think about that for a second. The difficulty, the fear, all that stuff that makes us want to turn around, that isn't some roadblock in your way. That is the way. That's the very road you have to travel to get to where you want to go.
Okay, so if we know this, why don't we just do the hard things? Well, it usually comes down to this thing called the comfort trap. It's like we're all hardwired to pick safety over growth. And you know what? That instinct can literally become a prison if we're not paying attention.
And the crazy part is, most of us don't even realize we're doing it. You pick the slightly easier workout, you have the safer conversation, you take the job that doesn't really push you. We tell ourselves, oh, I'm just being practical. But what we're actually doing is building a cage, one safe decision at a time. It's kind of like this slow, gentle suffocation.
And really, this is the trade off we're making every single day, whether we realize it or not. On one side, you've got the promise of comfort. It's stable, it's predictable, it's safe. But on the other side, you have the reality of hard. And yeah, that means vulnerability and uncertainty, but it also means growth. It means real reward. We're always trading one for the other. And this is the real kicker, the irony of it all. Staying comfortable, it just becomes its own kind of hard. It becomes the hard of regret. See, avoiding the hard work now doesn't actually save you from pain. It just swaps one type of pain for another. You're trading the short-term, productive pain of effort for the long-term nagging pain of wondering, what if? And that one lasts a whole lot longer. So, okay, if comfort is a trap, how the heck do we get out? Well, it starts by completely changing how we think about difficulty itself. We have to understand not just that it's important, but why hard matters in the first place. This right here, this is the big mental shift. Difficulty isn't an obstacle designed to stop you. It's a filter. It's there to test you, to separate what you truly, deeply want from what you just kinda, sorta think you want. When you push through something hard, you're not just working. You're proving to yourself that you genuinely want what's on the other side. I mean, just take a second and think about your own life. What's actually valuable? Your best friendships, right? I bet they've survived a tough conversation or two. Or what about your proudest accomplishments? I can almost guarantee they required you to push through a moment where quitting seemed like a really, really good idea. The value is always forged in the fire of that challenge. And that's really what it all boils down to. The hard part, that's just the price of admission. The struggle, the discomfort, that's the ticket you have to buy for a meaningful life. And you have a choice. You can pay the price and get into the arena, or you can spend your whole life on the outside, just window shopping and watching what everyone else is building. Okay, so let's say we get it. We accept that hard is necessary. But right when you do that, another trap pops up. And this one is sneaky. It's the myth of readiness. It is maybe the biggest, most common lie we tell ourselves to justify just waiting. Let's just get this out of the way right now. Readiness is a myth. It's a fantasy, a complete illusion. Think about it. Nobody is ever 100% ready for the things that actually matter. A new career, a serious relationship, any big leap in life, you're never fully ready. And we all have our favorite excuses, right? Oh, I'll start when I have more money, when I have more time, when I have more support, when I have more clarity, when the timing is just perfect. See, we treat ready like it's a destination on a map that we'll just arrive at someday. But that perfect moment, it's never coming. Because here's the thing, readiness doesn't come from waiting around. You can't get it by just observing from the sidelines or making endless plans. You absolutely cannot think your way into being ready. Where does it come from? It comes from doing. It's forged in the fire of just taking action. You get ready by starting before you feel ready, by taking that messy, stumbling step forward into the unknown and just figuring it out as you go. Action creates clarity. Waiting just creates more confusion. So if we've got to act before we're ready, how in the world do we start? There's actually a perfect mental model for this, and it comes from, of all places, physics.
It's called activation energy.
So in chemistry, you can have two molecules just sitting next to each other, doing nothing pretty much forever. For anything to happen, they need a jolt, a certain minimal amount of energy to kick off a reaction. And until that threshold is met, absolutely nothing happens. It's all or nothing.
And guess what? That is exactly how personal change works. The single hardest part isn't keeping the change going. It's that first big push. It's generating that activation energy to overcome inertia and break free from where you are right now.
Look at it this way. All those little half-hearted attempts we make, the I'll try for a day kind of thing, they feel like we're doing something, but they fall way short of that activation energy threshold. They're not enough to actually start the reaction. You have to gather up enough focused energy to hit that tipping point. Once you do that, then momentum starts to kick in and help you out.
All right, let's pull all of this together now. We get the comfort trap, we get the myth of readiness, we even get a little bit of physics. So how do we actually use this stuff in our daily lives? We need to turn this whole idea into a compass. So ask yourself this: what if you started seeing difficulty not as a warning sign to stop, but as a compass pointing you forward? I mean, most of us, we hit resistance and we think it's the universe telling us, nope, turn back. But what if that friction was actually a sign that you're going in the right direction, that you're heading towards something that actually matters? Think about it. The path of least resistance. It's easy, sure, but it's crowded. It leads where everyone else goes. It leads to average outcomes. But the path with resistance, that's the interesting one. That's the path that leads to places very few people ever get to see, because most people turned back as soon as things got a little bit hard.
And this might be the deepest secret of all. The goal isn't just about the trophy at the end. The real goal, the real prize, is who you have to become to get there. The struggle itself is what builds you. That hard part is what forges your character, your resilience, and your strength. You don't just get the prize, you become the person worthy of it. So please, remember this. When you're right in the thick of it, when it feels like it's never, ever going to end, know that it will. The hard part doesn't last forever. It's finite. Every single challenge has a beginning, a middle, and an end. The struggle is temporary, but the strength you gain from it, that's permanent. So I'm just going to leave you with one question. What is that hard thing you've been avoiding? What's that uncomfortable conversation, that scary decision, that project you keep putting off? Yeah, that one. The one that just popped into your head. That's not your obstacle. That's your compass. That's your path forward. Because everything you really want, it's waiting for you right on the other side of that.